And we are live. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Thanks for coming out, those who do, and looking forward to, I don't know, just this and that. Didn't really have any video ideas yet for today, and then came up with something and wanted to do it live. So here we are. Anyway, we're going to start with a couple tidbit pieces and break out the real liquor for this live, as I got Christmas scotch, and one does not waste the Christmas scotch. So there we go. We got Clinton joining us. He also mentioned that we need a bigger mug of coffee. I like that thumbnail. Keith, how much snow do we get on my side of the river? I want to say somewhere around 8 inches where I am. Liz got about a foot. So there we go. Vincent Pascal drops a $4.99 super chat. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Vincent. Thank you for stopping through. I know you've been gifting super chats all over, and I greatly appreciate it. So we're going to unwind that foil. James Ragland joining us. Hello, James. Hello. Hope all is well and recovery is going well for you. Apologies that I am drinking on stream, but there we go. And Clinton is mentioning that he opened a bottle of the same thing as well last night, that he brought it back from a cruise. So there you go. We are going to do a pour of Johnny Gold Label, because that was one of 2 bottles of alcohol I got for Christmas. So there we go. The other one's from Orange County Distillery. Maple whiskey? Yeah, maple whiskey. Nothing wrong with that. And Lenore joining us. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Matt. Hey, Lenore. Thank you so much for stopping in. Before we jump too far into things, Chad's from Chad's Money Minutes. He was live earlier today. He was live around 2 o'clock. When he says that he's going live at a specific day and time, believe him, because he's going to be bringing some heat. He did perspectives and predictions earlier today. The only prediction I'm kind of worried about is the shopping portal one, or his bet on shopping portals, because I've jumped into the Rove shopping portal madness. But he's not wrong with what he said about shopping portals earlier. And if you need to know, go check out his live from earlier today. Clinton, it pays to meet the Rockstar Room people. Take any bottles you want with you. Oh dear. Intriguing. There you go. So, first of the evening. This came out earlier today, and there was also a follow-up announcement that I think was meant to blunt the anger that may or may not happen over this particular announcement. But we do have Built announcing their January rent day, and rent day is going to get rebranded at some point. And Richard Kerr kind of highlighted that in the Miles to Go podcast, that, since they're going to be doing mortgages in the not too distant future, it's kind of hard to call it rent day. So rent day is probably going to continue on, but it'll probably be called something different because they are bringing in those mortgages, as I said. So January rent day, Amazon redemption bonus, rent bonuses, 10x points, and more. So you don't need a Built MasterCard, which is closed to new applicants to enjoy Built rent day. Never needed to. Everyone can access the perks by signing up for a free Built rewards account. However, having the Built card in your wallet means you'll be able to get double Built points for on the first of the month, up to 1,000 points, excluding rent. Just note that you must use the card 5 times each statement period to earn points. Yeah, that's going to be changing at some point. Built is also once again offering a bonus on when you use your points during rent day. This time the partnership involves using your Built reward points on Amazon, so members can enjoy a bonus of up to 40% from December 27th through January 21st. Through January 1st. Why would I say January 21st? Ooh. You can get up to a 40% bonus when you use your points on Amazon.com. Purchases after linking their accounts. Eligible members will see the bonus listed clearly in their Built Rewards account. Normally, redeeming your Built points for Amazon fetches a 0.7 cent per point value. We value Built points at 2 cents each. So even a 40% bonus giving you 0.98 cents per point isn't a great way to use your points. Okay. Eligible members can get up to 40% bonus when they use their points toward rent credits. The bonus will be 30 to 40% and applies to redemptions made during rent week, running from the 27th to January 1st. Wow, I can't speak already. Eligible members will see their offers listed in their Built Rewards account, and you can get free delivery and bonus points with GoPuff. So all members will earn 10 built points per dollar with GoPuff as opposed to the typical 1x earnings between December 27th and January 1st. Plus, all members will receive a free delivery on any order size during this period, something reserved only for elite members on typical days. Then they've got their built comedy, neighborhood cafe, dining experiences, fitness experiences, exclusive member collection items with ASAP Rocky, and built collabs. So ASAP Rocky is going to be the guest on Rent Free, and they've got a ASAP Rocky vinyl exclusive to built members. You'd have to buy it. Whatever. So that is the rent day announcement for January. Relatively light, but is what it is. And be interesting to see how they go about it going forward. Let's go back to the comments real quick before I jump into the Built 2.0 stuff, even though it wasn't much. So the Rockstar rooms get unlimited bar in their room. Intriguing. James just finished Chad's live. Perfect. Charvizio, Built Close Friends all got a free vinyl album from ASAP Rocky. Oh, okay. So you guys didn't have to pay. Cool. I think mine requires me to pay because I am not in Close Friends, which I guess is fair. Keith mentions that Deconic's maple double barrel bourbon is pretty decent. I'll have to keep an eye out for that one. The Orange Distillery one was something Liz picked up for me right before the holiday, so I ain't complaining. Oof. Forgot about how smooth and smoky gold can be. Cognac on the route to me tonight for me, Matt. Thank you for all the free, amazing info you provide us all. I do what I can. I do put member early videos up for members. That's going to be everything that I put out this week was available for members up to a week early. So, if I can put it up early for members, I will. But usually tidbits get recorded and posted the day of. Maybe members get a 2 or 3 hour advance on tidbits, but we'll see what happens. Oh, and I'm absolutely doing the ADHD multiple drinks thing tonight. So there you go. Easy thing for Built to do would be to rename Rent Day to Built Day to include mortgages. That would be the easiest rebrand for sure. We'll see if they've trademarked anything. We might go into that in a little bit. Built never does anything the easy way. Yeah. The price they pay for the Mega Rockstar cabins, Virgin can afford that, but that means they tend to be generous with other sailors when giving away the extra. Intriguing. Okay. What Rockstars were on your voyage? I'm just gonna pour a little bit more there, but we're not gonna go too crazy with the gold label because gold is expensive. New split view. We're gonna come here. All right, and share screen. We're going to do more Built 2.0 stuff. So Built reveals more details about its 3 new credit cards, except no, they didn't, including a launch date. Well, yes and no, because the cards are all launching on February 7th. So we already knew that February 7th was going to be the official launch date, but we do have a pre-order date or an announcement date. So Built has been teasing Built 2.0 for more than a year, and we're now finally have a clear timeline for what's coming next. An email sent to members today lays out key dates, explains how existing accounts will transition, and confirms when we'll learn more details about Built's next generation of credit cards. While there's still plenty we don't know, this update answers some important logistical questions, especially for current Built card holders who want to avoid disruptions. So, background there, what's happening with the Built credit card, it's transitioning away from Wells Fargo, and as of February 7th, they will all be cardless cards, as we know. So according to Built's email update, January 14th, 2026 is the big reveal. That's when Built will officially unveil details related to 3 new Built credit cards and open pre-orders for existing cardholders. From January 14th to January 30th, current cardholders will be able to select which of the 3 cards they want. Doing so ensures a seamless upgrade, including keeping the same card number so autopay and subscriptions stay intact. This is how we know the new Built cards are going to be MasterCards through cardless, and it's going to not be First Electronic being the issuing bank. It's going to be another bank, but neither here nor there. So you're going to keep the same card number, so auto pay and subscriptions stay intact. Automatic updates to Apple Pay and Google Pay, no hard credit inquiry, delivery of the new card by February 6th of 2026. So we know that if you opt into the new card, you're going to get no hard inquiry, but you are going to have a new account added to your accounts. Is what it is. Makes a certain amount of sense. I can cardless saying that cardless buying the backbook from Wells Fargo would have bankrupted cardless, so that makes a certain amount of sense. They've only raised their last round of in series funding was only $60 million. They don't have the funds between the cards that they already have issued and like whatever they're making off of those cards. They don't have the funds to buy the backbook because Bilt had a million cards issued through Wells Fargo. So we'll see, right? But Bilt has confirmed 3 cards that will have annual fees of $0, $95, and $495, and will all earn Bilt points on mortgage payments regardless of lender. A notable expansion beyond rent. Once you select a new card, you'll be able to transfer any existing balance from your Wells Fargo Bilt card and optionally close that Wells Fargo account shortly after February 6th. Transferring balances will be subject to eligibility. Eligibility criteria hasn't been provided at this time and probably won't be provided on the 14th. If you don't select a new card by January 30th, your Wells Fargo-based Bilt card will stop working on February 7th. In that case, Wells Fargo will issue you a Wells Fargo autograph card instead, which you'll manage separately from Bilt going forward. What remains unknown are the earning rates, benefits, transfer partners, if any changes are coming, and whether the higher fee cards will justify their price tags. Those details won't be shared until January 14th. So what we thought was going to be happening was that if you didn't opt in, you would just get an autograph card automatically. So that seems to be the case, right? If you do opt in, your Bilt card will still remain the same. Well, your Bilt card remain the same for you. Don't know if you'll be able to transfer the existing balance. If you aren't able to, I don't know what holds up there. You would still owe Wells Fargo that balance, but would Wells Fargo then open an autograph card for you? Yeah, I don't know. We will see what happens there, but yeah, there's still some answers and not as many answers as we thought there would be. Going back to the comments, Keith, $18 for an album for me as a platinum member. I'm still waiting for my candle from platinum status from Bilt for last year. You're not going to see that candle. Rich Kerr also said, whatever card you choose, you'll have to keep for the first year. Yes, and thank you for joining Sharvicio. Yeah, that was intimated in the Reddit posts about this. So Kerr went on and did some follow-up with this, and he's answered some questions over there. I'll probably pull that up in a minute. Mega Rockstar and Rockstars are cabin categories. Oh, okay, what Virgin calls the larger cabins, although Nicky Jam was on my last cruise doing a concert live at the pool. Didn't care, didn't attend. Got it. Points with Philip is here. Hey, guys. Hey, friends. What's up? Hey, Philip. Glad you could join. I know you did a live earlier for your office hours. Didn't get a chance to pop in for it, but yeah. Hey, Philip. Long time no see. Keith, Kerr finally came clean and said the new card would be a new account for the bureaus. The no hard pull was so lame. I mean, the no hard pull is what it is. Like, they're just advertising that it's not going to affect your credit score too badly, but it's still going to be a new account. So it is what it is. What a bunch of crap that they won't guarantee the same card limit with Bilt. There are folks who could get the Bilt card from Wells Fargo who are getting like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 credit lines. There are folks who got the Bilt card with Wells Fargo who are only getting like $5,000 credit lines. And again, Cardless is a much smaller company, right? Evolve was only able to do up to, I think, $10,000. I'm going to assume that Cardless will probably do 10 to 15. And if you were getting like 20 to 25 or more on the Bilt card with Wells Fargo, that it was highly unlikely that you're going to get the same going over to Cardless. I think the balance stays with Wells. It was in one of their earlier emails. Yeah, they did say that it was subject to eligibility, that it would transfer over. I don't think too many are going to transfer over. Build has or will Belt announce what the new card multipliers? That's coming on the 14th. So they're continuing to slow walk this. It's just this is just good marketing. It keeps people talking about it all the time. Oh, Built 2.0 is coming. Oh, look, there's mortgages. Oh, here's United Wholesale Mortgages as their primary partner. Wait, never mind. They've got Venmo. Wait, never mind. They'll take any issuer for mortgages. Oh, here we go. The new cards are coming on February 7th. More details to come. They're going to announce stuff in January. Oh, here's the January announcement date. There'll be at least one more thing, I'm sure, before January 14th. Bill gave me a $3,500 limit when my next highest limit was like 1,000. Okay. Oh, and was that with Evolve or was that with Wells? Wells was, I want to say 23, 24. 23 and 24. If you got it before 23, then that was through Evolve. The Wells Fargo bill credit line is $30K. For the autograph, that would be pretty sweet. Yeah, so I don't fully know what to expect. I do get that they're doing like this 2-3 week rollout. Basically, it is basically 3 weeks to account for people doing the soft pull, people opting in, people getting their new balances, sort of transitioning over, starting the clock on that year. We'll see if they'll be able to do it on that exact 1 year or if it's more likely on that 13th month due to statement closes and setting up the new accounts. But we'll see. But yeah, it's a weird slow rollout. Like, I'm ready to be disappointed by the multipliers, and I think being disappointed by the multipliers, especially since they're going to cardless, will not be a bad thing because there's 1 million Built card holders right now. A rough number of cards, a rough number of people opting out from like a weak card multiplier would be good for cardless, because like Built can't do a fourth issuer, right? Like they have to stay with cardless for a little while, business wise, in my opinion. So like I don't know what will happen there, but like a rough opening gambit from Built with the cards and like not particularly strong credits, not particularly worthwhile multipliers, will weed out folks who are just there for any sort of welcome offer. If there is a welcome offer, Kerr seemed to intimate that there might be. I wouldn't bet on it. And we'll see what happens. But there you go. More on that in a minute. Charvizio, Wells Fargo. I got the Built card in August, but still allowed me to still allowed me on close friends. Cool. I did not get the Built card, so that's probably what's holding me up on close friends. I don't know what is holding me up on close friends. Built's not like my secondary or tertiary concern, so probably my account not being like super active with Built is what held me up. Kevin Keno Davis, when do you think the Autograph Beyond is coming out? I have a date that is a date to look out for. I'm going to say this: same month. Clinton, yep, same month. Definitely waiting on that card. Yep, so am I. Mr. Newfie my wife and I each have City Strata Premiers. How can she move her points to my account before product changing to a City's custom cash if we don't have any plans for the points in the near future? Apparently they expire. So if she transitions her points over to you, the points that she transitions over to you will expire in 90 days, after 90 days. So if you don't have a plan for those, just move her card down to the custom cash, hold the points in her account until she's ready to transition them over to you and you have a use case for them. Because if you don't have a plan for them, don't speculatively add them to your account without having that plan. So if you want a longer term expiration, like a longer term burn, she could downgrade to the custom cash, keep the points for as long as the custom cash is in good standing, and then transfer them over to you guys, over to your account when you have like that redemption that you're looking to do, or you have that destination for the points. Because if you don't have any immediate plans for the points in the next 3 months, you're just burning points for no reason. Keith, it would be so funny if Autograph Beyond gets announced the day after Built's release. Won't be the day after. Won't be too long after, though. Kevin with some emojis, the like bored or eye roll, laughing. It's fair. I've given you guys more than I probably should. Be careful with transferring City Thank You points. They put an expiration date on the transferred points. The transferred points expire after 90 days. If you have a redemption or you have a transfer to do within those 90 days, go for it. But if you are just looking to hold on to the points and knock out that $95 annual fee, downgrade her to the City Custom Cash. She can still transfer her points to you from the Custom Cash to your account. So that wouldn't be an issue. It's just that 90-day clock starts from the day that she transfers. Still hoping for no welcome offer. Built has to find a way to make churners not want the card, or else cardless will be in more trouble than Wells Fargo. Yep, that's a great point. I can't see them doing that, but I can't see them adding a welcome offer. But if they do, to try and bring in customers, because like Cardless has been offering huge welcome offers on the Qatar cards and not getting any burn on those. So, maybe they think they can get away with it, but Qatar is not Built, and Built is points that people want, and people could turn their Built points into Qatar points. So there's that. Clinton asks Mr. Newfie Poo, why not transfer them to AA? Always a play. For sure. So, yeah, we'll have to see what Build 2.0, what the cards end up looking like. We know there's a no annual fee card. We know that there's a 95 and a 495. Mortgage points are going to be eligible on all three cards, they say, according to upgraded points. I don't hate it. It's just not something that I'm expecting will go super great, just because like at this point, Built is always overpromised and under-delivered when it's come to, your Evolve account transitioning over to your Evolve account and transitioning to Wells Fargo will be fine. That wasn't fine. Your they did not handle the fraud issue particularly well. They're really hyping up 2.0, and if it's weak multipliers on the cards, that will be a thing. If there's no like easy way to earn back your annual fee, that will be a thing. I don't see how it's going to go particularly awesome for them. But if it's an underwhelming announcement, they will at least be able to not have to go deal with their million members transitioning over and crushing cardless in one go. So at least there's that. While Meowmix joins us, Meowdy just joining. Is the whole credit card game just Hyatt worship? I think you misspelled Amex. But point redemptions from Chase for Hyatt usually go to Hyatt. Yep. From Built usually go to Hyatt. Yep. I don't think it's just Hyatt worship. It's just everybody claims they want simple and they want clean, and Hyatt would be simple and clean. It's a nice way to tell people to use your referral to go get Chase cards to stay at Hyatt, because Hyatt has an award chart and Hyatt keeps it clean and simple. You only need, as little as 3,500 points on a weekday at a category 1 in the middle of, the Gobi. So, yeah, I don't think it's Hyatt worship, but Hyatt does offer the simplest off-ramp to present to people as a way to get like maximum value for your points. It's just the default, and it's an easy way to sell referrals if you're going to like put people onto your referrals. Like, I mentioned that I have referrals, but I'm like, hey, check out my pinned comment. There's a link tree, and in the link tree is my referrals, if you so choose. Like, I don't hype my referrals because I'm not here to try to sell any particular card, any particular setup, any particular, like, you have to do this. No, the game is yours to play. You can play it however you see fit. I tend to speak more positively about some companies than others, but that is not to say that those companies are not within my ire from time to time, you know? So, oh God. Here we go. This is the Kerr. Recall. There's the Kerr Reddit post. So we'll jump into that. I just did a Hyatt redemption from Chase Points a couple days ago. There you go. Way to go. Yeah, it is hard to look down on less than 3 cents per point redemptions. Yeah. Keith mentioning that Built's customer service is poop. Can't imagine how bad the transition is going to be. I'll have my popcorn ready. Yep, that's fair. Hyatt going dynamic will be a game changer. I mean, they're going to eventually go dynamic. When that is, I don't know. But since they just re-upped with Chase and they did highlight that the award chart is something that, you know, their customers really love, it'll be a little while. But like, Hyatt also has the smallest footprint of the like big 4 hotel chains. We're not including Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Mr. and Mrs. Smith maybe gets them to 1,300 properties. They've only got like 700-800 properties by them that are like Hyatt's. I'm talking like the full range from Hyatt Studio, Hyatt Regency, all of those. They've got maybe 700-800, if that. And then, you know, they've got their all-inclusives, which aren't Hyatt branded. Those are mainly Secrets, Zalara, Miraval. And I'm forgetting one because they have 2 Z property names. But those are less than 100 themselves, I want to say, across all their all-inclusive brands. I don't think they have more than 100 all-inclusives. And then there's Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which is a booking platform that you can use, that you can book through Hyatt with your Hyatt points and earn Hyatt points. So, yeah, them going dynamic. And Mr. and Mrs. Smith is already dynamic. And that did not go over well for people. So, yeah, we'll see. Juan mentions I'm not a shill. Nope, I try not to be. I will hate on everyone as long as they deserve hate. And I'll hate on some more who don't deserve it. Maybe. Value worship, there's only 2 programs they have that have Hyatt. Plenty of other value plays out there. There are. I just think that, like, the first thing that when you see videos about Chase, the first thing that you'll see, if it's like a beginner's guide to Chase ultimate rewards, or you know, do this with your ultimate reward points, or climbing the Chase ladder, any of those video themes, and there are plenty of videos out there, the first thing, the number one thing that they say with your Chase ultimate reward points is to transfer them to Hyatt. And folks will highlight Built, and what is the first place you should be transferring your Built points to? Hyatt, in their words. You know, Alaska is also a pretty smart play with Built points, and Built points can go everywhere. Built has more transfer partners than everyone else in the game for now. You know, Built this year has added Spirit, and Spirit's hilarious, but they've added Spirit, they've added Japan Airlines as a 1-to-1 transfer partner, they've added who else did they add? They added Southwest this year. They added another hotel chain, I think. I think they had added Hilton at the beginning of the year. They have all the major hotel chains. They have Hilton, Hyatt, Marriott, IHG, and Accor. They have a number of airline partners. They added Qatar this year as well. So yeah, they've got plenty of options beyond, like, Built has plenty of options beyond Hyatt. Alaska is really good value. Japan can be really good value. We'll see what else they end up adding. But again, making a Chase video is relatively easy. You talk about the Chase trifecta. You talk about getting the Freedom Unlimited first, then adding a Freedom Flex. adding a Sapphire card, usually the Sapphire preferred. Maybe if you want to play this game a little bit more advanced, you'd look into an ink card. This was all before they started locking everything down on welcome offers and changing the Sapphire rules and the Sapphire Reserve refresh and all of that. Like, those videos were super easy to make, relatively straightforward, and a nice way to pitch. Oh, and if any of this sounds appealing to you, I have a Freedom link, a referral link to the Freedom cards down in my description or down in the pinned comment. I have a Sapphire referral link down in my pinned comment or wherever. And those are just super easy videos to make. I don't think that it's all Hyatt worship. No. I do think that Hyatt is the easiest off-ramp for points if you're in the Chase ecosystem or the Built ecosystem. It's just the easiest one to default to and say, like, yeah, just send your points over to Hyatt. Even though, like, reasonable redemption values for Hyatts from frequent miler, they have a long tail, but like their bell curve is very skewed because it's not as great as you think, but it's still pretty strong. Sharvizio, I've checked for months, but I could never get greater than 1.6 cents per point because I stay at Hyatt places. So the cash prices are only like 140 to 160. That's why I never understand the Hyatt worship, even though I use Hyatt. Yeah, under $200, it's probably easier just to pay cash at Hyatt for sure. But what I've done is I've seen like that same Hyatt place. If Marist University, it's weird to say Marist University, if Marist University has a big event coming up that weekend, all the hotels in the area triple in price. And that's where your point redemptions for a weekend night can become super, super useful. If CIA, which I live not far from the Culinary Institute of America, so when I say CIA, that's what I mean. If CIA has something big going on, like their restaurant tasting week or their graduating class is putting on their restaurant presentations, that week you can see prices on hotels, double at least. And when that happens, you can definitely score those multiple cent per points for sure. But if you're seeing 1.6 with most Hyatt places, it's probably easier just to pay cash and grow your Hyatt balance that way. Because if you pay with the Sapphire Reserve or you pay with the Sapphire Preferred, you're going to get 2 or 4 times Hilton point. 2 or 4 times Ultimate Reward points, plus your 5 base points, or you're going to get your base points, and you'll get some bonus points as well. So it doesn't hurt to pay cash at Hyatt if you're just staying at a Hyatt place. But if you're banking those points or then doing those transfers to like a Thompson or a Dreams or a Park Hyatt somewhere, that's where the value can definitely catch up. Because if you're doing like 50,000 points and it's a $1,500 a night hotel, that's where the multiple cents per point start to line up. Atmos Summit is also on my wish list for 2026. Summit's a really good card. I don't know why I omitted mentioning that one in my video highlighting like the best unknown card of 2025, which I spent most of that video waxing poetic on the Edward Jones triple cash rewards card that just launched because it gives you 3 categories at 3%. I should have also highlighted the Atmos card in that video, and I probably should have given the City Strata Elite more burn than I did, which was none. But it is an amazing airline card. I just wish that they gave you a couple more passes per quarter. I get why they can't, but it is what it is. Keith highlighting Hilton. Yep. If a core was 1-to-1, yeah, they're 3-to-2, which 3-to-2 is better than the other bank options, but it's the exact same as Rove, and it's the exact same. Nope, Mesa no longer exists. Yeah, if a core was 1-to-1, that would be pretty fantastic for Built, but I don't think you're ever going to see a core partner with anyone 1-to-1. So difficult to earn points from Built before their Rakuten partnership. Yep. But I think the ecosystem play that they're going to be building over the next year or two, because they're looking to build an ecosystem play. anywhere, if you're shopping with their particular brand partners, you're going to earn, right? I wouldn't be surprised. Like, they're supposed to be doing something in grocery, they're supposed to be doing something in gas. I would not be surprised if grocery, it was something like Albertsons, right? And Albertsons brands, or Kroger and Kroger brands, or who owns Giant? But like Giant, Stop and Shop, all of those brands. It is, I'm blanking off the top of my head. I know it's a Dutch or Belgian company, but once they start grocery, once they start gas, there's going to be more waves. But they're doing an ecosystem play, which would probably just be better to do card linked offers through their app than the approach that they're doing. But we'll see. Share Physio also mentions that United's a good transfer partner from Bilt, booked round trip first class domestic for 30,000 points plus $5. So he got 10 to 14 cents per point, which is good. No, actually, that's really good. We got Keith mentioning he was able to get 17 cents per point for a stay at a Hyatt next year during the World Cup. Fixed award charts are nice. Yeah. And like, I'm sure if you did that same night stay at a Hilton, a room that would typically be 60, maybe 70,000 points is more likely going to be 150, 170,000, maybe 200,000 if they can get away with it. Sleepy Rod asking how Hyatt's blacked out pretty much all award bookings for dates of World Cup game matches. We'll see. Kevin agrees with me on the Edward Jones card. Yeah, it's a sneaky good card, and you don't need an Edward Jones account proper. Like, you can sign up for their checking account, also administered by U.S. Bank, and you don't have to worry about setting up an Edward Jones investment account, which is nice. And you don't have to pay them any money to set it up, which is also nice. YouTube experiment. There's another problem with Hyatt. Award availability is no good at times. Yeah, that's also a problem, but that's also going to be a problem for her Marriott and Hilton and IHG, which it can get exacerbated because at least Marriott and Hilton and IHG have more properties to play with. So, yeah, the lack of award availability can be a problem for sure. Background Balloon joining us from Hong Kong. Thank you so much, Background. And Keith mentions that he booked the hotel this past October. It's a new hotel that just moved into the Hyatt system in Toronto. Used a suite upgrade cert too. Booked 2 suites. There you go. And we got James V joining us. Thank you so much, James. So yeah, Bilt 2.0. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm going to look at it suspiciously just because we'll see what happens. Oh, never mind. I meant to do this. I meant to share this. So real quick, share screen. Bilt 2.0. We got Chad Pennycuss for joining us. Thank you so much, Chad. Check out Chad's stuff. He does a bunch on Disney Vacation Rentals. And he has a Miles to the Mouse Discord as well that you can join by way of Chad's resources. I don't have them up immediately. So yeah, if you upgrade, so it looks like if you upgrade to the Bilt card, you do not get the option for a Wells Fargo autograph card. So yeah, if you do not upgrade to Bilt Card 2.0, you will receive a Wells Fargo autograph card to continue accessing and managing their Wells Fargo credit card account. You can keep this account open or close it at any time by contacting Wells Fargo. See our newsroom post here. Okay, so it doesn't look like you'll have the ability to get both the Bilt card and the Wells Fargo card. So, pick a sub, choose a sub. We'll see if there's a sub attached to if Bilt does the crazy thing and like adds a welcome offer by way of cardless, which would break a lot of their conventions. If they added a welcome offer on the cardless side, wouldn't it make sense to opt out of Bilt, get an autograph card, and then sign up and get the welcome offer for the Bilt card? Unless they do something like no welcome offers if you've had or held the Bilt card in any incarnation in the last 24 to 48 months. I don't know, but we'll see. So let's go highlight some Kerr options here. Last question, will there be a mechanism to increase the card limit with the new card? We're working to have this available ASAP post-launch. We'll see. Cardless doesn't usually do Cardless doesn't usually do that, so we'll see what happens. TV Grim Reaper. Currently have a built card. Will new card holders be able to apply for the new build? Will new card holders be able to apply for the built 2.0 cards? Yes, they'll be able to apply as well on 114, but obviously we'll be getting a standard application hard inquiry. Okay, whatever. So you can sign. Doesn't matter if you're an existing card holder or a new card holder. On the 14th, you can apply for the new card. Sipping on my cup of tea, waiting for ungrateful folks to complain about something. Some early eggnog over here, 11 a.m. bull game. What happens if I return something paid for on the old built card? Will it refund to the new cards, to the new ones, since the numbers are the same? If you opt into a new card, the return will go to the new card. Okay, cool. Kerr says you shouldn't have to unfreeze if your credit is frozen to move over to built 2.0. We'll see. Just some general complaints over there as well. Not complaints, but like, there you go. So this person, Sybil Tech, to confirm again, this will be a new account for the purposes of credit reporting, regardless of whether or not the Wells Fargo account is automatically closed or not, right? A open account date in credit reports will be Feb 2026. Regardless, confirm whether we'll be able to product change between the 3 card products or are stuck once we make a choice other than closing and reopening. And will there be a welcome offer on the cards? So in order, new card will be a new line of credit. For the first time, for the first year, whatever card you pick is the card you'll have to stick with for year 1. So you can product change in the second year. We'll see. And info will be shared on January 14th, trying to intimate that there will be a welcome offer. That's all I'm going to do there. So we'll see. So as I mentioned, chat here. Howdy, everybody. Background balloon. Also love the thumbnail. It's giving really late 2000s, very early 2010s throwback. Oh, the giant mug of coffee. Yeah, I wish I had a mug that big. This is my only mug. Oh, I've Greeked myself out. There we go. But there's my mug. Have an FHR credit to burn. Anybody have ideas for something cheap? I feel like Orlando usually has something cheap. Depends on when you have to burn it. And Vegas is usually super cheap. I don't know. The FHR credit is relatively easy to burn. If anybody's got ideas for Chad, just tag him, just add him in the comments. Sleepy Rod, from what I've heard, which existing card? From what you have heard, which existing card is the Wells Fargo Premium card taking on? Haven't been given an exact strata. I don't know the annual fee. I don't know anything beyond kind of when to expect it. I'm going to go with, I think they're going to be in that City Strata Elite tier. I don't know that they're going to go much higher, but I would assume that they're going to start somewhere around 450 to 600, I think, is where they're going to go. Kerr also said people who never had the card before can also pre-order on January 14th, which is good for new pre-orders, but which is good for like acquiring customers who don't have the card yet. But I don't know how many people you're going to be adding necessarily. But I guess if you want to be able to pre-order it, it should be fine. I don't know. Background balloon. Wait, damn. So no getting both 2.0 and the Wells Fargo autograph. Oof. Especially if people end up going with 2.0 and getting another soft pull. Well, you can get both. You can opt into the autograph journey. I'm sorry. You can opt into the autograph and then apply for the built 2.0. The only difference here is they're offering you a soft pull for the built 2.0, right? They're just offering you a soft pull. They aren't offering anything majorly different. So I don't like the autograph is a good card, and it could be worthwhile to get both. I don't know. If Bill doesn't add a welcome offer, I'm not sure how they win over their existing customers that aren't credit card enthusiasts and just had how they win over their existing customers that aren't credit card enthusiasts and just had the Bill card for rent payments. They may not want to add too many more than that. Like, again, they're going to an issuer in cardless who has never had as many credit cards as Bill currently has in circulation. Like, adding a welcome offer will bring in the enthusiasts, will bring in the, I'm just here for the welcome. I'm just here for a good time, not for a long time. So I don't know that Bilt is aware that those people exist. Kerr works for them. So it stands to reason that they know what sort of customers they would be attracting with a welcome offer. And, maybe they don't necessarily want to add too many enthusiasts in any new system that has never had this many people coming in. And again, shame on cardless. If they knew that they were getting the Bilt card, when they started doing their fundraising round, and I know that fundraising rounds can be months, and it would be months in advance, at least 6 months. So they probably didn't know. But unless cardless should be doing another round of funding right now to help support the Bilt stuff. And we knew that cardless was going to be the card issuer in September. So it stands to reason that they should have a mega round closing in March. But we'll see. The funniest thing would be if cardless got bought by Wells Fargo. That would be funny. Wouldn't it be more of a retention offer for current members to switch to cardless? Yes, it would be more of a current offer. And Chad just has to book by the end of the year. Keith just booked a FHR hotel in Boston for January. Was about the cost of the credits. So there you go. And if 2.0 comes out with a welcome offer, throwback to Lonnie's interview with Kurt. To be fair to Kerr, it's probably out of his control whether it gets a welcome offer. And if I remember correctly, Kerr was super confident about Bilt never getting a welcome offer. He's the head of travel. He's the head of, I don't think necessarily he's the head of rewards, but he is high up in the company, and he does have significant enough pull that him saying there shouldn't be a welcome offer should be he should have a relatively strong influence to do that. But we'll see. Bill card is going to be a new line of credit, regardless. Soft to hard pull is irrelevant. Absolutely. They're just offering the soft pull as a way of oh, hey, it won't affect your credit too much, except it'll affect your credit more by opening the new line of credit and dunking your average age of accounts. There's that. Yeah, it'll count toward your velocity on your 524. Bilt is more worried about getting rid of bad customers than retaining all, because most customers cause the bank to lose a lot of money with all those bananas. They should be worried about doing that. That should be the approach of getting rid of the optimizers. But the optimizers are still going to opt into the card if the card has value to them. For a lot of people, it's just rent and five swipes. They need to do at least a minimum spend. A minimum spend would make a lot of sense. They can't just hand out points for no swipes. They can't hand out points the way that they have been with 5 swipes with a new issuer like cardless. But we also saw that, $1,000 wasn't necessarily enough because, Mesa fell apart. So I don't know what the happy medium is, but if they go to no swipes, people are going to exploit the hell out of that card. Bilt also, yeah, but it was 10x for 5 days up to 50,000 points, which not many people were able to hit the 50,000 points. Now, some people found ways to manufacture their way into the 50,000 points, and they kept offering that offer. If you got a credit line increase or you got the card brand new, they would offer that. But I don't think you're going to see a 10x everything up to 50,000 points offer for moving over to cardless. We'll see. I mean, they could announce some big things in January. Like, we've got just under 3 weeks before we finally find out. But it is currently not on my roadmap for 2026. I can tell you that much right now. I actually don't have much of a roadmap for 2026. And, we'll just soft transition into that. Part of why I don't have a roadmap at the moment, I can satisfy most of my desire for travel right now with my point accounts. I don't have a visual or anything like that, but I have 300,000 chase points and growing. I have 150,000 points with wells and growing. Jason YT stopping by to say I can't stay, but we'll catch the replay. Thumbs up for the algorithm. Thank you so much, Jason. And folks, if you'd like to hit the thumbs up, please do. And you see we got about 41 people in right now. Anything to grow the audience will be great. And then going back to background, I'll come back to my roadmap in just a second. There's something deeply weird for me with Built being my first card I got when I got into the credit card game after debating whether I should get Built or the Wells Fargo autograph. That's fair. I think if 2.0 is not your jam, the autograph is a perfectly good card for sure. And the autograph had the $300. Yeah, oh yeah. I would have gone after the autograph at that point and then signed up for Built shortly thereafter. I get the intrigue with Built, but I do think that the autograph would have been a better opportunity if you were just starting out points. And then Jesse Coleman, can you transfer city points if you both have custom cash cards? I believe so. Just the only thing you have to be reminded of is that when you transfer city points between customers, so if you have a partner or somebody who's going to move their thank you points over to you, those thank you points have a 90-day expiration from the day that they transfer over to you. So if you've got something in mind to transfer those points out to, and the custom cash can transfer out to transfer partners, but you're going to get worse transfer rates. If you have something in mind, you can do something, but just remember that you got 90 days to pull the trigger on whatever you're going to do. And all of their transfer rates drop like relatively significantly. So like if you have the City Strata Premier, or you have the City Strata Elite, or you have the City, if you have got the Strata Elite or the Strata Premier, and you transfer the points over to you, and they transfer the points over to you, and you have that 90 days, you can transfer 1-to-1 with most of their transfer partners. If you have the custom cash, you can transfer over to the transfer partners, mostly at 1 to 0.7. So 1,000 points from your custom cash to 700 American Airlines Advantage miles. Some I think are 0.8, most are 0.7. Some I think dip to as low as 0.5. But you do have the ability to transfer over to transfer partners. You do have the ability to cash out, but again, you do have that expiration to worry about. Once they move their points from their custom cash to your custom cash, it's a 90-day expiration. So you got to be really quick with getting those points out. Sleepy Rod, why do you think JetBlue JL partnership ended so quickly? It probably wasn't making either company the money that they thought that it would bring in. And so rather than re-up for another year, probably, I think it wasn't mentioned, so I don't think that they're going to do this, but like if it wasn't a full code share, but like if the redeeming parts of things wasn't making them the money that they thought it was going to make them, going back to an interline agreement would make a fair amount of sense. But I just don't think that either party was making the money that they thought that they would make from the point redemption side of things. That or United buying JetBlue is going a lot quicker than we think. And like an announcement on that could be coming in the next 6 months. But I'll pause on that one. That is pure speculation on my part. Clinton, you can even transfer to partners, yep, at a worse rate. Similar situation for me. Built was my first and only travel card. It's probably going to keep it either way with the $4.95 Built card as long as it comes with at least priority pass, at least silver status, and usable credits. Anything else is icing. Maybe a path to silver. I don't know that you're going to get straight silver to begin with, but we'll see. It would make a fair amount of sense. Yeah, quite literally a new mistake I made 2 years ago. Yep, quite literally to the date. It happens. Lots of debating mistakes only to still end up with the autograph. I don't plan on getting 2.0 right now. Yep, that's fair. And the autograph is a great card, not a bad outcome. It is a great card. I love the autograph. So going back to my lack of roadmap. So as I said, I have 300,000 chase points, 150,000 Wells Fargo points. I thought I had a lot more than that, but no, I have 150,000 Wells Fargo points. I've got 300,000 Hilton points, which isn't a lot, but whatever. I've got 38,000 Rove miles with another 26,000 pending. So, that's going to be a constant a constant wheel of points, which is going to be good. And then I've got like 96,000 membership reward points just hanging out that I haven't used yet. Don't have a real means to cash them out for anything more than like 2 Hilton points per point at the moment. But I've got about 100,000 membership reward points sitting there too. So like, I'm okay across the board with my spending between my Chase setup. I've got the Freedom Unlimited. I hold a Freedom Flex, but I'm not actively using the Freedom Flex. I have the Sapphire Reserve, which I'm probably going to keep, and remembered a superpower that the Sapphire Reserve has that I'm going to do a members only video about. So if you're a member, be on the lookout for that. Because it's just a reminder that, oh yeah, you can actually get some pretty good value out of that. So be on the lookout for that. Then I've got an Ink Cash and an Ink Unlimited. The Ink Unlimited and the Freedom Unlimited, they sort of they overlap. So like I will probably product change to Freedom Unlimited at some point. I don't think I'll turn into an OG Freedom. I'm waiting to see what a Sapphire Preferred refresh looks like, because I don't necessarily want to apply fresh for a Sapphire Preferred. Yes, I know I'm losing out on a welcome offer, but one Sapphire rule. So I've got 2 cards that I could potentially change into a Sapphire Preferred. So Chase, I'm okay. Like I want more earning opportunities with Chase. The only way that's really going to happen is by going whole hog into DoorDash and whole hog into Instacart. If the Freedom Unlimited, not Freedom Unlimited, if the Sapphire Preferred keeps or changes online grocery to grocery. So I do have a play for unlimited, for like unlimited 3x points, but it's going to be a pain. Wells, I've got everything but the autograph journey. So I've got the Signify Cash. I've got the Active Cash, again, overlapping business and personal card is what it is. I've got the Attune card, which is a monster of an earner if you use it properly. Somebody asked if I was going to do a follow-up video on the Attune. It's been close to a year and a half. I should probably do that video. So that gives me something to record later. I've got the autograph, which is fantastic. So I've got the no annual fee trifecta over there, or quadfecta if you count the Signify, which after the welcome offer, I don't. So I'm waiting to see what Autograph Beyond looks like. Won't be too long before I find out about it, I'm sure. And I can always add Autograph Journey if I so choose. Kind of is what it is there. And yeah, American Express, I've got the Blue Business Plus on the membership reward point earning side, and I've got a Hilton Surpass. When I upgraded to the Surpass from the Hilton Honors card, my partner spend through the year was such that I got a free night certificate without having to do any additional spend on the Surpass. And we've already hit the welcome, the upgrade offer on that one. That was 75,000 points on 3,000 spend. So we've already hit that. And yeah, that's all I have over there. My 2 Capital One cards are the Quicksilver and the Saver. I am more interested in getting out of Capital One than adding from Capital One, because I don't think I'm going to get a Venture X anytime soon. Unless the Saver X is like oh yeah, this is an absolute no-brainer. I don't think I'm going to get that card. So the only card currently on a roadmap that would make sense would be the Autograph Beyond in terms of transferable currencies. Other cards that might be interesting in 2026, and I'm not quite holding my breath on, because the last time I held my breath on a premium card, it was the JetBlue Premier, and that card is a dog pile of a card. Like, that card is awful. I said it was the worst card launch of 2025. It's not even close. I didn't really have any other contenders for that for worst card launch of 2025. Like the fetch card launch this year, I don't have any feelings about the fetch card one way or the other. There were other imprint cards, HEB, but I'm not in Texas. There's a Brooks Brothers card that was launched by Imprint, but whatever. That wasn't this year. I think that was in 2024. So, yeah. Yeah. So the last time I held out hope on a premium card, I ended up just regretting having hope for it. I didn't apply for it. So we'll see what a Hyatt Hyatt premium card looks like, but one is definitely coming in 2026. So we'll see what that looks like. And I'm sort of interested in that. But like, I don't have a set roadmap because I'm well entrenched in Wells. I'm well entrenched in Chase. So like, I'm pretty good in either case. The only other Chase cards that I might look into would be on the United side. I applied for the United business card, but got rejected for it. So I'd have to see what happens if I try to apply again. I assume I would get rejected again because Chase is sort of like, I'm sort of at my limit with Chase. So I'd have to move some stuff around, which is doable and no problem to do at all. But like, I'd need to see if that is what's holding me up. I'll call them again. I'll actually call them if I get rejected again. So again, Chase, I'm good. Wells, I'm good. And then I thought about like gimmicks that I could think of to kind of engage, like add some engagement to the channel. And y'all can let me know in the chat here, or I might put this up for members. If I did something like, hey, if I get X number of subscribers, both for here and Stack Your Points, X number of subscribers on my page and on Stack Your Points, I will apply for a card I hate. I would say like if I get to 3,000 subscribers here and 1,000 subscribers over at Stack Your Points, I would need just over 500 subscribers here, and we would need 370 subscribers over at Stack Your Points. Like, I will apply for the custom cash. I don't like the custom cash. I don't like Citi all that much as an issuer. Like, yes, they have American Airlines, and that's their only redeeming quality. But I prefer. I don't care. I'm not going to really go out of my way for Wyndham either. Citi does have good transfer partners. They're just not transfer partners I necessarily want to go after. But if y'all want to make me apply for cards that I don't want to get, tell your friends to subscribe to the channel, and I could be pushed into cards that I don't want. So like 3,000 subscribers, I'll say right now, 3,000 subscribers and 1,000 subscribers here on the Matt Clausen YouTube channel and 1,000 subscribers over at Stack Your Points. I will apply for the custom cash. I'm not going to like it, but I will apply for the custom cash. Get me to 5,000 and get Stack Your Points to another 1,000. So get Stack Your Points over to 2,000 points. I'll apply for the business green. And come up with tier requirements and cards. I hate the JetBlue Premier, but get enough subscribers, I'll sign up for it. Just thinking that is, at least a gimmick that I could do for a little while. At the way I'm going, I'm not going to get either of these cards for some time. So there's that. MHOT now saying apply for the American Express Gold or Platinum at 3,000 subscribers. I don't have the spend to hit the Platinum welcome offer, so necessarily. Although that's 8K in 6 months, so that might be doable. But I don't know. Gold, I would say at 5,000. Or business plat at 10. But we'll see. Agreed, Wells Fargo is fine, but missed the one time they had an elevated offer because literally a noob in the credit card game. That happens. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. And if you put enough spend on it through the year, like, you're fine. And there's so many 3X categories. So many. Clinton is currently looking at StubHub for anything local to book. Found midget wrestling on January 9th, which is a sad commentary on the Chase credit. You can book later in the year. You can book literally any time through StubHub, you just have to use the credit. The credit just has to post by December 31st. So you don't have to do anything like immediate to burn the credit. Yeah, so look further out. I got nothing. The StubHub credit is super easy for me to burn, but not into sports ball. But is there like comedy? Is there because you're in the indie area, like there's gotta be a comedian coming through in the next 6 months that you'd want to see. There's got to be something coming through in the next 6 to 12 months. It doesn't even have to be in the next 6 months. Like it doesn't matter when you book to use the credit. You just have to it just has to post. Yeah, there's comedy shows. So there you go. Comedy shows could work. I'd have a lower card maybe at 3,000. I'd have a different card maybe at 3,000. So there's that. Keith, are you going to use the points and credits for something that you don't like also? Preferably not. Like I'd have membership reward points and I could use them for international first and business. Or I could just dump them all into Hilton. But like then I could afford a Hilton for a night, which would be a plus. So there's that. Chad says, I would never ask you to apply for anything you didn't like or want, not worth the inquiry or financial impacts of adding a new partner. There's that. I'm just thinking of just trying to think of something outside the box because y'all know my hate for some of these cards. Be real. So, forcing me to get one. I was just thinking of the funny because I don't have to worry about 524. I don't have to worry about like I'm good on my inquiries and everything. Like right now I'm 124. If chase marketing was a thing, I don't have to worry about it. My velocity is low enough that City's fine with me, would be fine with me right now. I don't think I'd put up any Capital One cards. I've been approved for one Amex card already, so I'm on South Pole City with Amex. Yeah. And then since it would really just be between two issuers, between City and Amex, and maybe built through cardless, but like maybe I actually want the built card. I don't know. We'll see. Now, if something like fun like dyeing your beard in rainbow colors, I could temporarily do that, especially here. I could throw that in as an addendum. Hit 3, like if I get to 2,000 and 1,000 and apply for the custom cash, I say at 3,000, I'll dye my, dye the white patch red for a little bit. Get to 5,000, I'll dye the white patch a multicolor and apply for another card. We could do something. I could do something like that. Might be the worst idea. Oh yeah. Sleepy Rod. Doesn't City have basically all the same partners as Wells and more? Yeah, Eva Air would be of interest if I wanted to fly to Asia. I do want to go to Vietnam at some point, so maybe Eva Air could be part of that redemption leg. But I've got Rove as well. They've got Wyndham 1-1, don't care. They've got Choice 1-2, the same as Wells Fargo, don't care. They've got Accor at 2-1, don't care. And then I Prefer could be interesting at 1-4, but I can also book I Prefers through. I can also book I Prefers through Choice. I'm not going to get like the same availability, but there's that. Then what other airlines do they have? They've got Turkish. I can't imagine that Wells isn't going to end next year with Turkish. And Wells has Avianca, which is a nice little boost. And then I'm blanking on the rest because the rest is like overlap. CP Rod, I would ask that you apply for the City Strata Elite and then go all in on City Strata Elite and City Nights with gift cards while singing along with Dugraz's on City Nights. If the pod hits 3,000 subscribers, maybe. I'm talking about the pod. I'm not talking about my channel. Maybe if the pod hits 3,000 subscribers, I'll look into City Strat Elite. M Hot with apply for Costco or Target. Costco card would be interesting. My only problem is I don't have a lot of Costco's around, but if it came with a membership, that could be interesting. M Hot or the Best Buy card. I don't think I'm going to go after the Best Buy card. I know it's issued by City, but I don't know them. I don't shop at Best Buy nearly enough. I should just walk in and grab something real quick. Hello, how was your IHG Platinum experience? Did it make any difference on your trip? Yeah, so I did. I did go to an IHG that I booked through Rove with loyalty. Through Rove with loyalty eligibility. I stayed one night. It was it was just an IHG. It was just a Holiday Inn. It wasn't even a Holiday. It wasn't a Holiday Inn Express. So it was a Holiday Inn. Platinum didn't give me amazing benefits. I still had to pay for breakfast. I didn't get a major upgrade in room, but I only got a king size room. It was relatively small. So I can't say that it gave me amazing experiences, but it was also a weekend, so I can't really expect too much. I don't know how many people were there, and it seemed like the hotel was pretty well booked for a weekend. So I probably was just booking on the wrong weekend to expect major benefits, because this was also the weekend right after Thanksgiving. So I probably just didn't get a chance, didn't get an opportunity to do too much there. But Platinum will get you upgrades when available. They'll get you the 60% bonus points. So I did in one stay jump up to 4,000 points with IHG. Yeah, so it wasn't amazing. Wells Fargo Autograph gives you most of what the Costco card does. Sure does. The Costco card doesn't even give you huge cash back at Costco. If you have the executive membership, then yeah, it can add up a little bit, but you still have to pay for the executive membership. I'm about staying at the cheapest hotel in the Chase portal for at least one night. Hey, 8 times points. Could be doable. I might make it an IHG just because I'll keep adding to my night total and my points total over there. So maybe. QC Man has been a member for 9 months. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, Matt. Thank you, sir. And he's also gifted him a membership, so appreciate that. Thank you. Did he gift it to himself, or did he gift 2 memberships? Interesting. YouTube Experiment. City still has the AA card that gives 80,000 points for 1,000 spend in the first 90 days. It's a good offer. If I was more into AA, I would definitely go after it. What, it didn't even give you a welcome drink or snack? Nope, no welcome water that I remember. I ended up paying for water, paying for a snack. I don't remember if there was a welcome amenity. I think it was either a welcome amenity or they gave you points, and I think I opted for points. Yeah, I think I opted for points. They did offer me something else, but I was like, I'll just come back and get water anyway. And I wanted to do points instead. Yeah. The only thing I use my Costco City card for is 5% on Costco gas. Yeah, if that's the best they can offer, because it's 5% at Costco and 4% on all other gas, right? It's not that much similar. It's not that much different than the autograph card, honestly. Keith, I've seen some scary looking hotels in Rove with high multipliers. Yeah. I don't think I'll be doing too many of those, although I could just book them and not stay and get the point, because with non-loyalty eligible hotels, you don't have to prove that you went to get the points. You just have to book. I have to assume that's going to change in the not too distant future. But you can do like some mattress running for huge point totals for sure. Yep, he said I've had the Costco card forever. Wouldn't apply for it today. That's fair. Same, it's my oldest card now from MX days. Only used for Costco gas. Only place I buy gas because price plus quality can't be beat. Yep. It isn't a bad card. It's just other options that are better. Yeah, for sure. Although Costco travel is kind of impressive, except I could get 3x on my Wells Fargo autograph with Costco travel. Maybe I buy a Costco membership. Just buy a membership and book through Costco travel because like they have pretty good car rental insurance as well. But yeah, I don't have much of a like most of my cards are Costco membership is worth it. Yeah, I've noticed that a bunch of different stuff. I also signed up for AARP not too long ago. I need to start using that and their rewards and see what their rewards are worth. But yes, I have also added AARP and I have AAA. So what's one more membership if it gives me good discounts in places? Although Costco does have a partnership with Instacart that could save me on Instacart Plus membership, and I'd only have to pay $80 and potentially 3x all the things. And my executive check was almost double membership. You can't beat them on Disney cruises either. Interesting. Okay. Just about $200 of gift cards at Costco for a local restaurant I frequent for $140. That savings pretty much covers my membership for a year. Okay, there you go. Grew up in a Costco house, so I'm very biased. No, that's fair. If I had a Costco around me, I would have a Costco membership. My closest Costco is 20-ish miles south, or I'd have to go across the river. And if you're in New York, even though the bridges are cool, you very much don't want to cross the river if you don't have to. I know that Woodbury has a Costco, but that requires driving over to Woodbury, and I don't want to do that necessarily. Just buy Costco Gold and turn subs. I have to make sure that I actually sell the gold. It would be the problem. YouTube experiment. Why did you get an AARP membership? Just wondering what the discount that made it worth it. You can put in AARP and get additional cash booking savings on hotels. I don't remember the exact thing, but I had like the ability to add 1,700 Rove miles, and I had like an $8 off. And I'm sure that, and since it's a 5-year membership, I'm sure I could make up that $78 over the course of 5 years. There wasn't anything that immediately screamed to me to get it, but it was something where it was like, oh no, I will find uses for this over time. So impulse purchase, that probably wasn't the smartest of impulse purchases, but it's a 5-year membership, so I should be able to make it work. And if I don't, I just don't buy it again in 5 years. Like I'm well under AARP age, so it's fine. I can just buy it again later. See another reason you're my Costco bro. Costco rules. Love me some $1.50 hot dog and Coke. Yep. Woodbury. I thought there was a Costco over in Woodbury. Oh no, that's another BJ's. Or is it Sam's Club? Or is it both of those? I thought there was a Costco in Woodbury. Now I have to go see where the Costcos are around me. Locations. Oh, hold on. Up on Google Maps. Oh God, it's Nanuet and Yonkers and Port Chester. No to all of those. That's just too far to drive. No, there isn't one in Woodbury. I was wrong. I have a BJ's 2 miles away. I drive past to go to Costco 13 miles away. I have a BJ's 4 miles away from me. Nanuet and Yonkers. Yeah, so Nanuet, I'd have to cross the bridge. I don't want to do that. And Yonkers requires me going to Yonkers. And Yonkers is like Ravenholm in Westchester County. Harlem and Brooklyn also have a Costco. That's fair, but I'd have to go venture into the city to do that. And then I'd have to park. And if I'm going to Brooklyn, I don't have to pay the congestion charge if I go across the Throgs Neck and down the Cross Island to the BQE. All right, there's fine. And yes, $5 rotisserie chickens are where it's at. Hold on. Other great place for singing to do things. Sorry, I fell down a rabbit hole. Oh, another reason to say no. Harlem location charges for parking? Hard pass. Never had a Costco membership, as it never was near me. Yeah. It's just they're putting one in Albany not too long in the not too distant future, but like Albany would be way too far, even if I move up to Dutchess County. What I want is a Costco. What I want really is a Costco in Dutchess County. Like there's a BJ's in Dutchess County, there's a Sam's Club in Dutchess County. I wouldn't mind a Costco being somewhere in Dutchess County, preferably LaGrange. But yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. Stu Leonard's is next to the Costco in Yonkers. Oh yeah, that's right. That's a huge fuck off Costco. And then the Costco in Nanuet is inside. Is it? No, that's not inside the Palisades Mall because that would make sense. No, I think it's inside the Palisades Mall. I don't remember. Again, it's just too far away. Costco website can be useful at times as well. Got my garage door opener super cheap online from them. There you go. Still haven't signed up for that. Navigating AARP hearing. How to enhance your comfort. CC's Pizza 15% when you dine in. Psh, who cares? Oh, there you go. Preferred hotels and resorts, bonus loyalty points, and upgraded reward tier status with AARP. Interesting. AARP members receive exclusive benefits, including 20% off, 20% bonus points on every stay, complimentary Wi-Fi, a welcome amenity, and room upgrades at check-in when available. Dismissed. Don't care. Shut up, Rakuten. When available, when joining I Prefer Hotel Rewards, members will automatically be upgraded to gold tier status and receive 2,500 bonus points on your first stay. AARP members will be automatically enrolled in I Prefer Hotels when using code IPAARP. Well, shoot. I haven't done my first I Prefer stay, so I could automatically get upgraded to gold and receive 2,500 bonus points on my first day. Interesting. Although I think that requires like signing up at the same time. Hold on. The disclosure. AARP members already enrolled in I Prefer Hotels will receive 2,500 bonus points and gold tier status after completing their first stay using code IPAARP, regardless of past day activity. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Members are automatically enrolled in I Prefer Hotel Rewards when using code IPAARP during booking. Members can opt out by removing the code during the booking process, but they will not receive member benefits if they choose to opt out of enrollment. Interesting. All right, so there you go. There isn't a reason to sign up for AARP. You can get gold status at I Preferred. Never been to Stu Leonard's either. Stu Leonard's is a maze and like intentionally designed that way. But really good selection. We got Tio Rico joining us. Thank you, sir. Howdy, howdy. Hope all is well. Happy holidays. BJ's isn't a bad alternative. No, not at all. It's still private. It's private equity, which sucks, but they do pretty well. I've had a Costco membership for years. I can't remember the last time I walked into a Costco. I just order online. That is fair. It's worth it. Okay. I'll possibly look into grabbing a Costco membership for sure. Is there no age check for AARP, or did they lower the age? You don't seem like AARP age, Matt. Oh, sir. AARP. Hold on. Age. AARP. Sign up. So you can sign up. So you can be 18 years or older according to AI Overview for minimum age. Members 18 to 49 get all non-age restricted perks like magazine access, travel discounts, and other savings. Age restricted benefits, some benefits such as specific insurance products are only available to members 50 and up, but you still get the full range of other benefits. So if you are 18 to 49, you can get like the cool travel stuff and some of their other benefits. I am 37, so I didn't have a problem signing up. That's 5 years, and it's like a 5-year membership. So, if I don't use enough to justify it by the time I'm 42, I'll just leave it alone until I'm 50. Hopefully gold status gets more than Wi-Fi and water. I will double check that. Tio Rico, I transferred city thank you points that I prefer this week. It looks like it took like 20 seconds, booked 2 nights at Kilkea Castle Hotel, Ireland. The whole process took like 3 minutes faster than last year. Good. We got Uncle Luke joining us. Luke's Points and Miles. Thank you so much. What's up, players? What's up, Luke? Hope your holiday season's going well. Yeah, it's been Day of Lives, so yep. Just going over that. I don't have a roadmap for next year, but I would set up like subscriber challenges to apply for cards I don't like. The minimum age for AARP membership is 18, even though the organization focuses on 50 plus demographic. Anyone 18 and over can join for discounts and benefits through those certain perks. Like specific insurance products still have age restrictions, often 50 plus. Thanks, Clinton. Yeah, I'd double check that, but I was relying on the AI, the artificial intelligence top lines. So I knew you could sign up pretty much any age. With the I prefer getting 4.5 cents per point. That's pretty solid. Today I learned. Thanks for the info. Absolutely. No age check for AARP. They offered like some $70 multi-year memberships with $70 Chase offers a while back. I did not get a $70 Chase offer. I got like $8 back from Chase, but I also picked up 1,700 Rove miles for signing up for the first time. So I took that little stack along the way. And when you get a killer offer on AARP, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, it definitely feels that way. And real quick, I prefer gold. Because I don't remember what I prefer gold status does. There's your brands. I don't care about your brands. Give me your member. Remember, you can find us around the globe. Members earn more. No, I don't. Benefits, membership. Here we go. No fee to join. Okay, so gold status. All the great perks of silver plus earn an additional 20% bonus points per stay and a welcome amenity. Okay, so it's more like water and Wi-Fi. But hey, water and Wi-Fi and for just signing up with AARP is not completely terrible, I guess. Titanium is 50,000 points. Okay, well, it's not great. And Clinton mentions that he's in the demo, doesn't have an AARP membership. Yeah, I'll just test drive it for a little bit, see what, if anything, is useful. See what kind of discounts I can get around my area. Am I like super expecting much? No, but something may be better than nothing. And again, I'm getting it for 5. I bought it for 5 years. If I haven't used it by then, here's what it is. So yeah, we've got that. What else can I get? Sorry, just scanning here. Don't care about the insurance stuff. Fetch pet insurance, 10% off monthly premiums. Don't really care. AARP auto insurance from the Hartford, $577 average member savings. Homeowner insurance, Allstate roadside. Boat and personal watercraft. There you go. Renter's insurance from the Hartford. Don't know how much of that you're eligible for, but they do have the AARP Travel Center powered by Expedia. Save 30% on car rentals. Avis, you can get 35% off. Budget, 35% off. Pay less. Zipcar, they do $40 off the annual Zipcar membership. Oh boy. And you got cruises, flight and vacation packages. Okay. Hotels and resorts. Couple of different offers across the board. Oh, IHG, 10% off best available rate, but that's the same as AAA, so it's not that big a deal. But constantly saving 10%, 10% on 10% on 10% will line up over time. Travel planning, whatever. All right, we're done looking at that. QC Man asked brandy or whiskey. Scotch, sir. Scotch. Johnny Gold. Clinton's doing whiskey. I think Matt is doing Scotch. Yup. Johnny Walker Gold label, the second highest on the tier. It's not as smooth as blue, but you do get that nice little bit of smokiness. I think you get 10% off AT&T Wireless, most expensive calling plan, but most large employers offer that as well. Yeah, we get that through... we do get a discount through my brother-in-law. QC Man with the thumbs up. And Tio Rico mentioning to Luke, on January 2nd, I'm purchasing IHG Ambassador next year. I'm staying at least 8 intercontinentals, Yokohama, Okinawa, Willard for 4th of July. London, not yet planned the rest of the year. Whoa, those are a lot of intercontinentals. That's going to be a huge use of the benefit. I'm sure that weekend night will get used on one of those days for sure. That is, yeah, IHG Ambassador is a really nice status to pick up if you're able to utilize it, and it for sure can pay for itself with just one of those weekend nights at an intercontinental. Like, it's not a bad deal at all if you can make it work for yourself. And there's intercontinentals kind of all over, depending on where you're traveling. So yeah, you got that. Yeah, it's weird for me though not to have a clear roadmap for the year. Like, I didn't have much of a roadmap for this year, and I didn't apply for too many cards. That's why I didn't do any like, ooh, check out this new card I got. The only card I did an unboxing for 2025 was the JetBlue business card. I got a terrible limit on that card. I kind of want to open another JetBlue card just to get a better limit on that card on the personal side and move limit over to the business card, because I don't like I barely like spending on the JetBlue business card because of how bad the limit is on that card. Is they gave me like a $2,100 limit. It's really hard to do much on that. Like, it was rough doing the welcome offer on that card with such a low limit. Clinton wasn't expecting to do any new cards in 2025. Ended up doing 3 airline cards. That's how it goes sometimes. I knew you grabbed... They were all AA cards, right? Or did you grab a non-AA card as well, Clinton? I want to say you grabbed the AA 80K, 1K spend welcome offer and an Aviator Red before they got discontinued. And I want to say at least one more AA card, but I could be wrong. Kevin Yen joining us. Thank you. Thanks for joining, Kevin. And then QC Man, did the so-so IHG experience sour you a little on IHG? No, it just sort of was what it was. I didn't go in with like major expectations. I mainly just booked the hotel just so that like we could get a good night's sleep before going to the Islanders game the next day. Because the drive from Dutchess to UBS would have been 3.5, 4 hours. It was a 1:00 game. So I didn't want to do anything. Like, I didn't want to start traveling at 9:30 when I'm an insomniac. Paying for breakfast was a pain in the ass, but like, it is what it is. It's not great, but no, it didn't really sour me a little on IHG. Like, I don't have, with mid-tier status, I don't like go in expecting a ton, right? Like, I've got Marriott Gold, and Marriott Gold is like almost starter tier status with Marriott, right? I go in, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get my water. I'm going to get not much else. I'm fine with that. I have Hilton Gold. I could get the food and beverage credit, but I know that the food and beverage credit at lower tier properties isn't going to be amazing. So I'm not super concerned with that. I kind of check my feelings on my expectations, especially here in the US. Now, if I got the same sort of experience with IHG Platinum, which is their second highest status, like in Europe, I would probably feel a little bit burned by it. But here, given that it was one night, I wasn't super concerned about it. But it just is what it is. But I'll keep booking IHGs through either the Chase Travel Portal or Rove and get my points that way. If I do Rove, I'll get five Rove miles per dollar and 4 points per dollar on the Sapphire Reserve and my 60% bonus through IHG. So I'll get like a nice little triple dip using Rove. Rove will always be a triple dip with the loyalty eligible stays. If I do the Chase Travel Portal, I'll get 8 times points per dollar on Chase and have all of my status reflected regardless of what IHG I'm booking at now. So that is definitely a plus. And it's not something that, like, you know, I'm not going to expect a major upgrade 90% of the time. Given how much the hotels will hand out status, you know, if I'm platinum, there's probably, you know, a good 15 to 20 other platinums in the same hotel that night anyway, and they didn't get much. Maybe 1 or 2 of them got something, but like, yeah, I don't expect too much. Oh, and you got the Delta Gold. Okay. I prefer points for 2 nights at the Fitzwilliam in Belfast as well. Whoa, been booking all of July stuff. Nice. Those are some pretty awesome upgrade. Those are some pretty awesome bookings. Did the Amex Delta Gold for the free bags and $100 hotel credit. Okay. Yeah, that one's pretty easy. Do the Aviator for $70K and finish the spend on the City AA card for another $80K. Okay. Nice. We'll need to jettison or downgrade one of the 2 AA cards to avoid duplication in 2026. Yeah. The AA, yeah, if they're both the platinum card, then there's going to be duplicates. You could knock one down to the mile up card, but why? And then going up, there's the globe card, but also why? Like the globe card only makes sense if you are able to grab those like 45,000 loyalty points through the through the multi-flight segments, through the segmented flights. So that can definitely be an enticing play. The mile up card would get you 2x. Yeah, 2x on grocery with no fee. Yep, for sure. It doesn't give you significant benefits for AA, but that, you know, you don't need the benefits if you've already got the platinum. The gold card only makes sense if you're going to be flying. Like if AA is the only airline that you fly, the gold card is the card to play with, for sure. The globe card, sorry, is the card to play with for sure. Or just get a City Strata Premier, City Strata Elite. So I'll either downgrade to the mile up or cancel. Okay. No, that makes sense because it doesn't make sense to pay for 2 of the exact same cards. He says, while contemplating getting a JetBlue Plus card. I got a 60K offer on that card real quick. Hold on. JetBlue Plus card. Let me just see if they're offering any big welcome offers on this card right now. Nope. 60,000 is the public offer on the JetBlue Plus. Would it only be worth it? It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Kevin Yen, if you have Costco and executive membership, you can earn 5% Costco gas and travel, 4x on other gas EV. Costco.com, 3x on travel and restaurant, 1x on everything else. Yeah, or I could just buy the executive membership, have 2x base at Costco, and use a card. Yeah, no, that's all fair. Again, I don't have Costco's immediately near me, so like the intrigue of Costco gas isn't there. 4% on other gas. I get 3% on the autograph. The difference, like paying for Costco Executive and to get 1% more, isn't super enticing. Yeah, I guess the executive. What does Costco Executive get you? Costco. Costco Executive, an annual 2% reward up to $1,250 on qualified purchases, extra discounts on services like travel insurance, a monthly 10% credit for same-day delivery orders over $150, early access shopping hours, Monday 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., Saturdays 9 to 9:30 before general opening. Its higher tier membership costs $130 annually and offers greater value for frequent shoppers who spend enough to cover the upgrade fee through their rewards. So I'd have to pay $130 for a base 2%. How to make it worth it? Spend $3,000 annually on qualified items to earn back $60 in rewards, effectively covering the $65 upgrade fee of $130 versus $65 standard. Combine, maybe, but then I don't get transferable currency out of it. So, and you can only redeem like yearly, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky with Citi and we'll open up changing AA cards to thank you point earning cards again. I don't need multiple custom caches. Find myself flying AA more of the time than just because the redemption prices are better than United and Delta. Yeah, so that makes sense. I've got miles to burn on all three. Okay, that's fair. Costco card also has no foreign transaction fees if it's the only card that my parents have. My Wells autograph has no foreign transaction fees. My Saver and Quicksilver cards have no foreign transaction fees. My Sapphire Reserve has no foreign transaction fees. My Apple card has no foreign transaction fees. And I have at least one more card with no foreign transaction fees. But the Attune, the Freedoms, the Inks all have foreign transaction fees. And one other card has foreign transaction fees, at least. Oh, my JetBlue Business, I don't think has foreign transaction fees. So there's maybe a case, but like, I don't know. Yeah, you can redeem the Costco check for mechanics or cash in person. Yeah, but you gotta do that yearly. Cap One and Discover have no foreign transaction fees. I don't have any Discover cards. I don't plan on getting any Discover cards. I'm trying to get out of Cap One completely. Once I finish out the balance on my Quicksilver card, I'm probably just going to get rid of that. And if Wells Fargo adds a 3% grocery anywhere, or if Chase adds a 3% grocery anywhere, I can probably get out of Cap One altogether. Like the only thing holding me there is grocery and their frequent need to give me balance transfers, but they've changed their like in-year offers on balance transfers from 12 to 9 months, and I will not abide. Yeah, Costco products. Okay. Yeah, but I don't have, like, again, I have to travel away, like, a ways. Anytime you have to cross the Hudson, it just feels like it's forever. So I'd have to go down to Nanuet, or I have to drive all the way down to Yonkers. Like, it's not awesome, but we'll see. Not a fan of Cap One either. Yep. Costco announced that 2026, everything will now be on the app. Real-time executive cash back in the app. No more annual check. Okay. That's cool. May not move me to get the card necessarily, because again, I don't have a Costco readily available to me to really like make bank on. I don't have a Costco business center around me to really make bank on. I would like my closest Costco business center is in Hackensack, which if I'm not really willing to go to Nanuet, why am I going to I'm not going to go out of my way to go to Hackensack either. But good to know that everything will be on the app for real time. So there's that. Yeah. So maybe I get a Costco membership as well, just for Costco travel and look into that. Or I've got AARP as well to look into. Executive membership benefits. Okay. Well, I'll look into that. Annual 2% reward, Costco travel, Costco services, bottled water delivery. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I could look into that. Drop by upgrade during your next Costco visit. Okay. There's executive member that could be interesting. And where is the business center? Is there a different business center membership? I don't remember. Costco executive business membership costs $130 annually, offering the perks of a standard business membership. Without an executive, you get 2%. Oh, okay, it's exactly the same as the personal. Can the personals go into the business? And can the business go into the personal? I don't know Costco that well. Normal City Card rebate is in the app as well, but you still have to visit a Costco to redeem it. That just feels like hokum right there. That is not worth it. For sure. But we'll see. Yeah. So be interesting to see. Maybe I sign up for Costco. I've still got to find uses for my AARP membership and sign up for AARP rewards. I've just been busy. They sent me a bunch of coupons as well. But good news! I was bored and applied for the AA card. The 80K offer was approved at 6/24. Nice. There you go, YouTube experiment. Solid move right there. Yeah, if I'm doing any cards next year, for sure the Autograph Beyond when it launches, and it's going to launch next year. I will probably be applying for that, unless it's a turd of a card. The Hyatt Premium card, I will be interested in seeing what it offers. I do not know that. I'm going to be going all in on that card until, obviously it's announced, but we'll see. Kevin's got some Wi-Fi problems right now. Hopefully those get fixed. 80K offer on 1K spend ends December 31st. So now is the time if anyone is tempted. YouTube experiment, have a banking relationship with them, so I hope that helps. Oh, it's ending? Even better. Yep. So if AA is a path for you, definitely grab that offer as soon as possible, because it's ending next week. Or no, it's ending in 4 days next week. Next week is a new year. But yeah, I don't have a significant number of cards that I have on a roadmap. Not having a roadmap feels weird, but also like I'm fine with the cards I have. I'm not in any sort of end game setup or anything like that. It's just like I'm good with where I am, and I need an off ramp for like membership reward points. And I don't necessarily know that I have one, especially because I think my philosophy with Marriott and Hilton is going to be changing, given how, for however long Rove exists, because Rove can guarantee me for the same hotel, most of the same hotels, like at least 1.5 cent per point back with loyalty eligible and getting all my status and everything reflected. So I may just book through Rove for everything and like take my Hilton points. I just want to find a good way to use my 300,000 Hilton points. Just finished a sub with City on the Strata Premier. There you go. Apply aacard.com/inflight from Clinton. Sleepy Rod, was your account history in the past 6 months? I think City cares more about 6-month history, not your 24-month history. So he just finished a sub with the city. So at least one card in the last 3 months. So maybe they're willing to do 2. Speaking of city, from James Ragland, I went to apply for the Strata Premier, and all they offered me was every single AA card, even get AA mailers. I'm considering taking AA since they're the main airline out of Columbus. Could be useful. Also use 6 zeros for the code. So James, you could go to applyAAcard.com/inflight. Use the 6 zeros. Grab yourself the AA Platinum card for 80,000 miles on $1,000 in spend, and apply in the next 4 days, and you're good to go. Keith says that 2026 is going to be the year of bank account bonuses. He's 424 right now. Not too many consumer cards he wants to open, for sure. Yeah, I don't have a ton of consumer cards. Like, there's some business cards of interest that would just help me with some things I've got on some cards. Like, I've got cards with 0% APRs right now that are carrying some balances. I could float those even longer with some business cards with balance transfer capabilities. Not that they want me to use those cards for those capabilities, but I could definitely hide some consumer debt using a business card. Something I want to do? Not necessarily. Maybe. We'll see. Also depend on the limits that those issuers would give me. And US Bank isn't particularly like one to give you high limits if you don't have a strong relationship with them. But US Bank doesn't know what's happening half the time. Yeah, so the 6 zeros is where you go. Kevin Yen, I bet next year is going to be crazy or normal year. I'm not sure where I go on it. I don't think that it's going to. I think it'll be a relatively light year, honestly. There's going to be the green refresh. That's probably going to be in the first half of the year. Maybe they refresh the gold again toward the second half of the year just because they can and people will pay their annual fees. Just keep adding Resi credits and people keep going. The green, I've anticipated that they're going to raise the annual fee $75, slap in $100 of Resi credits, slap on that Duncan credit, and kind of be off to the races. And then, yeah, but other issuers, like Chase has room to announce new cards and, changes to the Sapphire Preferred and the Freedom cards. I don't know how likely they are to do it. It's going to be a quiet year from Citi because they had their big year in 2025. Cap One, I think, is just going to keep building out the Discover network and using that, like implementing that as a payment processing network going forward. And then, yeah, I don't know who else is primed to have a big year. Wells will probably introduce one, like their last big card on the Wells Fargo side. We'll see if they get back into co-brands. That would be huge. Then they've got to add transfer partners. So unless US Bank really kills it with transfer partners, we'll see. But I don't think it's going to be too crazy a year. Then there's like the Hyatt card, the premium Hyatt card. Clinton, I also have a couple of flight attendant codes if you want to throw them a referral. Okay. 5 months ago, I got the Hyatt card. MX Green, last big refresh was 2018. Yeah, I don't think that's going to... I don't think it's going to be a big refresh, but Kevin's got to go. Thanks for stopping by, Kevin. 6 months ago, I got the Barclay Aviator. 8 months ago, I got the Altitude Connect. Okay. 10 months ago, I got the green. And I think 11 months ago, I got the Blue Business Plus, but that was no hard pull. Also isn't going to affect your personal credit line, your personal credit cards number. So there's that. The BBP gives Amex so much leeway. Like, it's not even funny. Like, they hand that thing out like candy. And you don't necessarily have to have a business to, like, you can have a business to start to get one. It's really easy to get. And it's so easy to get that I don't think Amex is going to introduce any 2X cards anytime soon. Sounds so it sounds like 1.6. Okay. Keith says, I do not think Chase and Hyatt can release a card that lives up to people's expectations. Well, that's because they want a unicorn card. Like, the current personal Hyatt card is not good in terms of earnings. I guess got an all right welcome offer. The 30,000 points on 3K spend is fine. It's the back half that's a pain in the ass. The business card is fine. Like, nobody can complain about the business card. I think a higher end card could give you Explorist. I don't necessarily think they have to rest on Discoverist. I just don't know what earning structure would be best for a premium Hyatt card. Like, do you do 3 times points on your top 2 earning categories? Do you do 2 times points on your top 3 earning categories? Could you give more bonus points at Hyatts? Do you get, could you just do a higher floor of just like 1.5x everything and 12 times points at Hyatt? Could that work? Perks of the card, I don't know. Like, everybody's going to have a complaint about some aspect of the card, but like, it's got to be a more straightforward welcome offer than the 2-tier approach with a 30,000 and then another 30,000. But the spend you do at Hyatt's and the spend you do on bonus categories don't count. You've got to use this as a 15K catch-all, and then we'll give you another night on top. Like, we'll give you the night on top of that. And yeah, you'll earn 2 nights for every $5,000. It's the personal card is convoluted. It's silly. But I'm not also going to have like high expectations of this card. I think I did in my predictions video, I said that card should be, starting around 395, probably potentially higher. 12x at Hyatt. So you get your 5 base points and then you get 7 bonus points per dollar. Should give you the ability to unlock Hyatt Privé bookings online, which would be like sweet, because you're not going to do a Privé booking at your Hyatt House or Hyatt Place, but a Privé booking at a Thompson or the Privé booking at Alila would be amazing. So I think that would be the real value prop of the card, not necessarily, night spend or the multipliers. Like, it would be a better benefit type card than the current personal card, because you don't get major benefits on the personal card right now. You get Discoverist. Whoop-de-doo. YouTube experiment. I think I'll upgrade my Blue Cash every day and see if that helps me get on good terms with the gold. I don't know. You could also just wait for no lifetime languages. Like, just look to see if there's any no lifetime language offers that pop up. Those will tend to bypass the no thank you that they'll do. But we'll see. Craig joining us. Thank you so much, sir. Member for 17 months. I just hit Miami and I'm so damn tired. I am so sorry, sir. Hopefully, you get some rest along the way. But hey, I've got the good stuff tonight. Or I've been drinking the good stuff tonight. I don't know if I'm going to have any more. Got to save it for another live. But thanks for joining, Craig. But yeah, 2 hours in, no roadmap blues. Could see myself signing up for cards that I hate just to push myself along the way. And he also drops a $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Craig. On the road to 24 months. Thank you, sir. Assuming my membership lasts to 24 months. I don't know. As long as members are happy with what they get so far, maybe I'll keep it. Lately, it's just been earlier videos. I might do a members only post of like, hey, this make me sign up for cards I hate idea. Y'all down for that? Because I will sign up for City Strata Elite if I'm getting, X number of subscribers along the way. Don't take this from me, Clausen. I'm not going to. I won't. But there we go. So I prefer gold. Doesn't give you anything, huh? Well, I can still do the AARP bit with that. That would be fine. I just wish there was more cards I could sign up for next year, or I want to sign up for next year. There's really nothing there, which is hilarious. I wish that Bill would have just given us the preview of what the multipliers are going to be, at least on one of their cards. Like, giving the no annual fee multipliers, at least. That would have been nice today. But no, they had to be dingy about it. So there be that. Let's see here. What else did I say on that one? Yeah, is what it is. So yeah, any other questions, topics, anything else from you guys tonight? And again, I appreciate everybody who comes through. I appreciate everyone who's a member, everyone who watches my videos, comments, things like that. I know I got a little out of hand with like the Robinhood Gold, with the Robinhood card that was mentioned when in relation to the Edward Jones card I highlighted in my video that dropped yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. But I was highlighting new cards of 2025. The Robinhood card, could get you 3% on everything, but you got to place a lot of faith in Robinhood to get it. And I don't trust Robinhood. And after the X1 card debacle, I don't trust Robinhood. And also, I still don't know if Robinhood has customer service attached to the Robinhood Gold card. So there's that. YouTube experiment at Sleepy Rod. Hopefully, you have a paying relationship with City as well. Keith said if there was an actual good multipliers, they would have released some of the info already. Yeah, so maybe hoping for that 1.5 everything on the no annual fee card, probably too much to ask. If they don't do that, I really think they're gonna lean into neighborhood for the multipliers, and you're not gonna get traditional multipliers on the card. You have to go to neighborhood to get the elevated multipliers, which neighborhood dining is fine and Walgreens is fine, but if they don't have dining and they don't have if they don't have dining and they don't have not grocery, dining and travel as uncapped categories, it's going to be really hard to sell any of those cards, even if there's no foreign transaction fees, no other fees. I don't know what they're going to do with these cards. So maybe that no annual fee, just 1.5x base on everything except for rent and mortgage, is probably not coming. Or maybe they're just going to blow the doors off the place. Who knows? But we'll find out on the 14th. So there's that. It's going to be mortgages, rent, and Rakuten. That Rakuten card bought them a lot of leeway, for sure. Especially because Rakuten dining is the exact same as built dining, and folks would say, why wouldn't you get 10x built points at the same restaurant as opposed to 5? So there's that. Sleepy Rod, do you think the frequent miler guys would ever do an interview with you? I don't know. I've never put out feelers or anything like that. I do have a direct connection to Rove's director of marketing and travel. The next iterations of flight search and hotels, and if there's any further iteration on loyalty eligible, I've told her I would approach her to do something with my channel when that time comes, and when the app drops and the in-app offer and the card linked offers and all of that. So I will probably do something with Carissa at some point, or ask Carissa to put some time aside, and she'll seem to speak with anybody. But Greg and Nick, or Tim or Steven specifically, or Tim and Steven and Carolyn specifically, I don't know. I think if I got up to 10,000 subscribers and applied for a card I don't want to get, maybe they'd be more open to it. But they have a much bigger reach than I do already. If they're the sort of folks who would lift up folks, maybe, but I don't know. I guess it wouldn't hurt to try. I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask, but we'll see. But no, I don't know. I've never reached out to them. I've never been hey, I have a channel with 2,500 subscribers. Would y'all be willing to talk points and miles for a while? I don't know. It's possible. I haven't done that. Not that I wouldn't. I would gladly like I've collaborated with channels much larger than mine before, like on Sapphire Reserve refresh day, Joe and I like sat for 2 hours. If Chad's available, I can always pull Chad in. He came on to Stack Your Live that I did solo one night, and like we chopped it up for a good 45 minutes, close to an hour. Collaborate with John and collaborate with a couple other folks. So like for sure, I'm open to collaborations. And like when bigger creators will ask me to do something for them, I do it. Yeah, I have no problem with that. But I'd have to like go through their process of like media inquiry or something, probably. I know this much. If I sat down with them for a good, hour and a half, 2 hours, I would not turn it into an infomercial about how great the Chase Sapphire Reserve refresh is. That's for dang sure. It would probably just be like, so y'all are giving Sam Palmer's job for a day. How would you fix the Sapphire Reserve? I think that would be like the first question I would ask, which would be fun, but we'll see. Anyway. Yeah, so it wasn't as much burn as I thought there would be on the get me to sign up for cards I hate idea, but there you go. I'd love an AARP video. Just signed up and got the dental. Okay. Oh shit, I haven't gotten my new dental card. Although I think that's supposed to be digital. I like rushed through everything when I set up my HSA. And I'm pretty annoyed at Anthem right now. So yeah, health insurance is a racket. It's just obnoxious. I'm really mostly pissed because like I lost Talkspace apparently, and I didn't want to do that, and I don't want to pay for it out of pocket because what's the point of insurance if you still have to pay for providers out of pocket? And the whole point of having insurance is like you hit your deductible and then you start getting health insurance, like healthcare cheaper. Yeah. Anyway, like the whole health insurance in and of itself is just so stupid. It's not even funny. But hey, I set up a health savings account, so yay! And I can turn it into investments when I hit $1,000, which yay! I lost my virtual therapy, and I'm not going to go out of my way to like find intraday therapy because the whole point of signing up for therapy was doing it on my terms. Yes, check in on your friends and make sure that they're good. So maybe I'll do an AARP video. I just have to start rooting out some good uses for it. Like it is a 5-year membership, so there's that. You can get a pretty steep discount on it for Black Friday. And if you get some significant savings with it, pretty useful. It's probably cheaper over 5 years to do. It's definitely cheaper over 5 years to do AARP as opposed to signing up for AAA because you have to not upgrade, but you have to re-up for AAA every single year. But they both offer like at least 10% discounts across the board for cash bookings at hotels and stuff like that. I wonder if that could be a play for anyway. Yeah. YouTube experiment, that sucks. Sorry to hear. Yeah. Talkspace going out of network is a huge pain in the ass. I like my provider. I don't necessarily want to lose my provider, and I don't want to go through the process of like seeing if they're on another platform. When I first signed up for like virtual therapy, it was I was using Teladoc, which got bought by BetterHelp, and BetterHelp is a problem in and of itself. But that was covered by my insurance at the time. I changed insurance when I got promoted at work, when I went from somebody who takes calls to a supervisor. So I became part of management as opposed to part of the union. Then realized that Talkspace was in network, and it's showing as in network now, except apparently my mental health benefits changed, and like they gave me a list of providers that also have televisit as an option. But now I've got to go research all of that and get a new provider, and it's not at all what I wanted to do in any way, shape, or form. It's just like such. It has been the last week has been such a major pain in the ass and somewhat depressing, more depressing than usual. Just because like it's not remotely cool that like Anthem seemed to remove Talkspace, didn't tell me, and I was banking on continuing through the new year. And like I signed up for the high deductible because I could hit the high deductible relatively quickly just doing Talkspace weekly for a couple months. Now I have to see if the weight management program that I signed up for that was covered by Anthem is still covered by Anthem. Because if that's not, I'm going to be super pissed. Yeah, again, health insurance in this country is a joke. Mental health stuff, mental health coverage in this country is a joke. But no, it is what it is. Anyway, enough on that one. It's been a wild pain in my ass all week. I fucking hate it. But yeah, no. Sometimes make sure to check on your friends, especially the ones who stay quiet. Clinton, on Medicare now, so no longer dealing with the commercial insurance complex for medical, still dealing with them for dental and vision. Yeah, why isn't dental and vision included in healthcare, in health insurance? Like it should all be one thing. Again, insurance around here is a goddamn racket. Oh no, the promotion was a while ago. I got promoted like 4 years ago or something like that. It's the position I have now. Like it's my jobby job. It is my day to day. I went back to teletherapy earlier this year because life. But yeah, I'm hoping to get it sorted out. I'm not feeling very hopeful. Like I'm just gonna have to find a new platform, I think, and kind of figure it out from there, or see if BetterHelp takes Anthem now or something. I just don't want to pay out of pocket, and I'm sure I could set up the HS. Like I have the HSA set up, so the HSA will start going into my bank account next month. And I'm sure I could reimburse myself at the end of the year, but I don't want to do that if I don't have to. I got to talk to somebody smarter than me with finances and discuss his healthcare and stuff like that. But like this week was just devastating in terms of that stuff. It's not great. Anyway, Chad, why not? If you think you're smaller than people will agree, go get them interviews. I've never thought about going FM. But I could always try to reach out to them for sure. Who are you telling, Matt? I have an Anthem. I have Anthem through the VA federal plan. Glad my transplant was at the end of the year. Nothing out of pocket. But then again, I've got the top single plan. Yeah. The way we do insurance is stupid. Sleepy Rod, not to be political, but I saw a math breakdown of how expensive the deductible on ACA is, that unless you are a super unhealthy individual, you're better off paying out of pocket for your routine visit. I have no problem paying out of pocket for my routine visit. My routine visit with my insurance is like 15, 20 bucks. And like, since I work for a healthcare institution, my GP used to be free. Now that has a charge associated with it. Like most imaging and stuff like that was super cheap. That's gotten a little bit more expensive, but like specialty is what you're paying a lot of the insurance for. Like the health insurance from the folks I work for, the organization I work for, used to be amazing, and it's less amazing now. And I think that was regardless of the ACA, uh, not handouts. Handouts is not the right word. ACA. I'm blanking on the word. Not carve outs. Exemptions isn't the right word either. But was this breakdown with or without the ACA? I can't believe I forgot this word. It's not deductible. Credits? I don't know. Subsidy. Subsidy is the word. Thank you. Was this breakdown with or without the ACA subsidy? Because if it's with the ACA subsidy, they have to rerun the numbers without the ACA subsidy, because the subsidies were super helpful. And yeah, if you're a super unhealthy person, I don't know. I could get more political. I'm not going to necessarily, but like the whole thing was just a joke. It's obnoxious. Clinton, insurances to cover the unexpected stuff. I had $70K in unexpected medical in 2024 with an out-of-pocket just a few hundred. Yeah, exactly. Of course, $70K is inflated. Once Medicare got done with it, got knocked down by 90%. Yeah. So I don't know if my stuff is due to defunding. Like I was surprised because when I had my parents' insurance, my parents work at the same organization that I work at. And when I was covered by them up until until I was 26, I was sort of fine. Like they had really, really good insurance. And they have the same insurance now, and I have the same insurance that they do. And it's worse now than it was back then. And the ACA went into full effect in 2010. No, full effect in 2014. And in 2014, I was 26. I was like the last year I was going to get covered by them. And then I went on Medicaid, and Medicaid subsidized stuff from 26 to about 30. So for 4 years, I was like doing various Medicaids because I was like I was doing cyclical work, and I didn't have a full-time position anywhere. Well, I was working full-time, but I was working full-time on contracts. So I didn't have secure Medicare or secure healthcare. And then I started working at the organization I'm at now, had union-based healthcare for the first 2 years, and I've been in management for the last 4 years. And my health insurance is what it is, but it's like not as amazing as it was. And it doesn't help that the defunding is going into effect in the not too distant future. So yeah, the ACA wasn't great, but it was better than what it was before. And hopefully it doesn't get too much further destroyed over the next couple of months. But healthcare remains a joke. It wasn't great before the ACA. It was terrible before the ACA. The ACA made it somewhat tolerable, and it's not great. And the thing that pissed me off more was that like Talkspace didn't tell me that there was a change in my mental health benefits, and Anthem didn't tell me that there was a change in my mental health benefits. And like just basic communication would have been preferred. Instead, it was, oh, your appointments are canceled. And like I set up the first quarter of appointments with my provider unaware that this was happening or this was about to happen. So like I'm probably about to lose 3 months of appointments because nobody could tell me, hey, what you have right now is not what you're going to have going forward. I wouldn't have signed up for the new high deductible plan. Well, my current plan got affected, so it wouldn't have mattered. Better gonna cancel before you're on the hook for the money than being billed for it. Yeah, and like Talkspace is like at least didn't like when they made the cancellations, they're like, because we're canceling, you don't have to pay, which is good. But like, I don't want to like, I'll look at what their self-pay option looks like, but it's with insurance, like it was 138 a pop until I hit my deductible. After I hit my deductible, it went down to 24. I don't want to pay like that's the subsidized amount at 138. Like I don't necessarily have it in my budget to pay more than 138 and bank on because this would be my first year with an HSA. I can't cover a year at an unsubsidized copay for that. Like I'm not going to get all that money back, and I can't write it off. So, yay. Yeah, it's not looking great. It's not great. And I'll see if the weight if the weight management's not covered either, that's going to be a huge pain in the ass. A huge pain in the ass because like I've had like actual results, which is cool, and I don't want to fall back into bad habits. So at least like I've developed some habits over the last couple of months, but like it's not it would not help my current situation if that's also off the table. So I probably have to go in and go back in and message about my coverage and benefits for that before my new coverage cut takes effect. Oh, and I've got, well, no, at least I have a couple of weeks of that prescription taken care of. Ugh, the whole thing's a goddamn mess. Good point. Need to double check that math. In Cali, it's better to make less money to qualify for medical as opposed to making over the Medi-Cal income limit and paying for private insurance. Yeah, and those are likely funded by ACA subsidies, which are going away. So now California may put more funding directly into their Medicaid program as opposed to other states. So maybe the math still doesn't check out. And like New York, I'm sure is going to put more money into its Medicaid programs, although where they're going to fund the budget, I don't know. But the ACA subsidy getting eliminated is going to affect a ton of states. All 50 of them, in fact. So, yeah. But yeah, that math in California was better to make less money to qualify. But I don't think it's going to matter one way or the other. Before Clinton turned 65, he artificially lowered his income for 1 year to qualify for the max ACA subsidy. Not bad. I qualified for the max just because I couldn't, I didn't have, what do you call it? I didn't have, I didn't really have income to speak of. I was working contract to contract. So like my yearly pay on a contract looked good. But when you're contracted out for 4 months, you're not going to hit your yearly number. When you're contracted out for 6 months, you're not going to hit your yearly number. I was usually contracted out for like 5 months total. So it was always hit or miss. And most of my money, like as soon as I made money, it was just going straight to my credit cards. Like, I did not have good credit hygiene in my 20s. There are some tricks you can do to defer income to the following year. Okay. That's fair. And I'd have to talk to a CPA or something about that. But like, yeah, I'm not looking forward to see what like the discount rates at Talkspace would be. I think one of it was like just saving $80 on one appointment, and that's just stupid. So anyway, my mental health care woes aside, hopefully I can get that sorted. But part of the problem with folks who could use help is it's classified as a specialty, and it being classified as a specialty, it's a different rate to the insurer. And God help you if you need a God help you if you need like anything beyond free emergency services. But if you need a referral, it's pain. Like, it's just the worst. Chad did contractors for free. Which companies did you contract for? I did Experius, Leidos, and CSI to make a few. So I was not in healthcare when I was doing the contracts. I was working political campaigns, and each campaign was its own contract. Like, some would be supported by the like an Ohio political party or a Pennsylvania political party, or certain county parties would find some scratch to throw me some money. Or a direct campaign. But campaigns were fun to work on, for sure. And, when you could work on a relatively well-funded presidential campaign, you were offered health insurance, but I was young enough that I could still be covered by my parents' insurance. But when you're doing the same thing a couple of years later and you're just like barely able to scrape by, it's a different story. Or your attitude on the campaign was just don't get sick. But yeah, no, those were the contracts I was working. Campaign work does not pay well in any way, shape, or form. Your highs are high, your lows are gut wrenching, and I needed an actual job, and that's when I got into where I'm working now, for the healthcare organization I work for now. But yeah, I would probably have charted my path differently than I did, knowing what I know now. And we listen for free. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm also not going to like dump all of that. I'm trying to find answers, or work through and find answers. I don't know that YouTube is the best place to dump that, although who knows? Maybe the engagement will go through the roof. But yeah, check on your friends. Best I can say there. Did not mean to go for like 20 something minutes on my health, on the insurance woes that I'm facing right now. Sorry for that. But yeah, y'all make sure that whatever specialty stuff you're doing outside of your general practitioners still gets covered. Really looking forward to Found. Anyway, yeah, I think that's a good enough place as any to call it a night. So thank you everyone for watching so far. Everyone who's going to watch, thank you. If you've got the time to drop a comment after the fact, please do. If you like what I do, like, subscribe, check out stackyourpoints.com. Watch the Stack Your Points podcast. We're recording again on Monday night, I believe. I think this week is superlatives. We've got a couple other things in the hopper. I'm down to apply for cards that I don't like if it means engagement on my channel. I'm open to that. We'll see what happens. But thanks so much for watching tonight, sticking with me. Thank you for putting up with the last 20 or so minutes, and appreciate you guys. Without you, there's no me, as Chad likes to say. And yeah, I'll be back soon. I've got a couple more videos to put together. I'm out of stuff to post over the next little bit, so I've got some videos to record. But appreciate you all. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.